3013. Okay. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Is my voice on screen is clear to all of you guys? Now please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Anjay, sleep login. Okay. Right, guys. Right. It's okay, fine. And guys, then maybe Monday onwards links are going to be changed. Please try to register immediately. Those who are not yet registered for this course, Monday onwards, links are going to be closed. On Sunday, I'm not going to take any class. On Saturday, tomorrow we have class, and then try to then try to register for the course. Those who are not yet registered, okay, you reach out to our office. Then our office people will give more clarity on it. Thank you. All right. Good morning, guys. And one small request to all of you. Up to 11:30 I'm having classes there, so then every day I'm coming to the class a bit delay. Anyway, it's a mandatory. Why? Because students have to go outside and you have to come inside, and then especially myself, I have to go out and come back to the class. In the sense, it may take at least 10 to minimum 10 to 15 minutes of time there, right? So what I'm telling there, every day come to the class by 10 minutes late. That means I want to start our class max probably on next class onwards. I want to start our class exactly by 11:40 or 11:45 in the worst case max. Okay, as per that you can come there. Depending on the content. Right, 1 minute. తీరండి. Right, sir. Depending on the content, I may stop your classes by 1 o'clock, or maybe I may extend your class by 1:30. Sorry, 1:10 or 1:15. So how much late I started here, depending on the content. For example, if I complete the topic, particular topic by 1 itself, then I will finish it. Otherwise, if it is possible to extend the class there up to 1:10 or 1:15, I'll take the class now. Why? Because if you come to the class exactly by 11:30, if I'm not taking the class, I feel somewhat guilty for it. That's why I'm giving intimation to you. My thinking is what there, you should not wait here. If we come here, immediately we have to get service. That is my thinking now, right? So try to come at 11:40 or 11:45 to the class. In the worst case, I'm going to start our class by 11:45 up to 1 or maybe 1:10 or 1:15. Like that, I'm able to continue your classes. All right, sir. And moreover, Monday onwards, it is required for you. Why it is required? The 10 to 15 minutes gap is required there. Monday onwards, you have to attend for our class at what time there? 10 to 11:30 we have to attend the class. There I'm going to start a new topic. There I want to start a new topic that should be language fundamentals. The topic I want to start is an independent topic, basics only. Meanwhile, at 11:40 or 11:45 to 1 o'clock, this slot also I want to continue up to few days of time. Max 1 more week of time, I will continue this slot as it is. But new topic I will start at 10 to 11:30. Understand it now? So two slots are going on. 10 to 11:30 is a permanent slot up to the end of the core Java. This is 11:40 to 11:45 to 1 o'clock. Next to 1 week of time I'm going to continue. Then after that I will stop it. Whatever the topic we are taking there, that I have to complete. After that, steps to prepare first Java program, how to install Java software, how to compile Java programs, how to run Java programs, that I will take there at 11:40 to 1 o'clock. Okay, when I complete the first application development, I'll finish that slot. Then permanently we have to come at what time there? No, 10 o'clock only. All of you are getting clarity on this schedule? Nothing is confusion. No confusion. Very simple. Monday onwards, we are going to have two slots. What are the two slots there? Monday onwards, no? 10 to 11:30, 11:40 or 11:45 to 1 o'clock. 10 to 11:30, I'm going to start language fundamentals topic. What is an identifier? What is if condition? What is while loop? What is for loop? These are fundamental units I'm going to write. in this class 11:40 to 1 o'clock I'm taking no, as it is this continuation is going on. After completion of this topic introduction part, I will take one more topic, that is steps to prepare first Java program, how to download Java software, how to install Java software. All the points I will discuss there. By that you are able to get some clarity. Once if I complete that first application development at 11:40 to 1 o'clock, I'll stop this 11:40 classes there. Permanently we have to attend at what time there? No, 10 to 11:30. This is a schedule what I am giving there. Try to follow this clearly. Okay. Now let's move on to the points here. What exactly the content here we are discussing there? Now try to understand it clearly. Now so all of you are having this classroom link. Everybody, all of you are having this classroom link. If any of you are not having this classroom link, now try to take this classroom notes. Classroom link. This is I'm giving this link to everybody. Regular class is going on. Regular classroom notes is going on in this link only. In this link only, I'm typing the notes, right? We can get it. Link is not working. 1 minute. Why, sir? Guys, remaining members, working or not working? Working. Yeah. All members are getting, you only not getting. Try to check yourself. Anyway, then, for the sake of your satisfaction, I'm telling to you. Just open the browser, paste it, open it. Now it's coming. In our mobile phone, if you want to open it, try to install Docs app is available. By default, it will come. In the case if it is not coming there, Docs app is available, install it. Through that you can open it, then we are able to get it. Okay, fine. It's coming, sir. Why? Because the same thing inside the class only I prepared this link up. Okay, right. Now let's move on to the point here. And moreover, these documents are downloadable documents. You can download them directly. I given that option to you. You can download it. But when we have to download, when I complete a particular topic, for every topic, I'm going to use a new document. When I complete a particular topic, I will give an announcement inside the class. We can download this document and we can keep the document in our system. Then we can keep it. Yes, sir, got it or not? Why? Because in my system, I may not maintain it permanently. But if we download it now, it will be available with you. You can keep that in our systems for a long time. Why? Because if my drive is full totally with some other content there, I have to delete some files. Maybe I may delete that old files. So because of that reason, when I complete one particular topic, when I change the document there, then old document we have to download automatically. We have to maintain the document in our system. Right, sir. Let's move to the point here. Now we are discussing about the differences between Java and others. Am I right or not? We are discussing about the differences between Java and others. Now totally, how many differences we completed up to now? Now tell me. Three differences we completed. What are the three differences we completed there? Come on. First one is what? C and C++ are static programming languages, but Java is dynamic programming language. Second one is what there? C and C++, sorry, preprocessor is required in C and C++, but the preprocessor is not required in Java. Next point, point number 3. C and C++ are platform dependent programming languages, but Java is not platform dependent. Java is a platform independent programming language. So it shows clearly you're not studying the content at your home. Clear cut information. Just you are coming to the class, you are finishing the class, that's it. You are busy with your own things. So I'm telling to you everybody, see when I'm asking the question, rapidly we have to give answers. On moment we have to give answers without having any delay. But the point is what there, we are thinking about like what there. When I ask a question there, we are taking some time. After that recollecting only we are getting the point. Say at our villages now, if a person is sitting on a floor, the person might be age is like what there 70 or 75 now, old age person. If we talk with him, are you aware about me or not? Are you recognizing me or not? They will check 1 or 2 times on air. No, okay, you are this person like this. Your status is like that. Now we are not at 22 years now. You are at 75 years. Old people, totally old. Myself is young. No, I am running, but you are walking. You have to run along with me. Then only you will achieve your goal. If sync is not available, nothing you are going to understand. Sync is important. If I run, you have to run along with me. If I walk, you have to walk along with me. You should not be behind me or you should not forward to me. You must be in equal level along with me. Then only we are able to understand it clearly. So this is not I'm expecting. So every day try to assign theoretical concepts only at present. Once if I start first application development, from that point onwards programming will start. Up to now theoretical concepts here we have to understand. So every day half an hour of time or at least 15 to 20 minutes of time, how much time you require to complete that part. So try to assign the time and try to watch that the total document at least. I don't think so you're watching videos there, but I'm giving support. Try to watch that videos for the sake of getting explanation and try to check the content, what is available inside this. Then we are able to understand the content. Yes, sir. Then tomorrow, intentionally I will ask questions to you, but you should give answers for my questions without having any delay. You must provide. Take it serious. One more thing I'm telling there. Last point. In our colleges, you studied for the sake of your exams, for the sake of getting percentages in your exam, for the sake of passing your exams, that we studied in our colleges. But here we are learning the subject for the sake of your life, not for the sake of any exam, for the sake of your life. Tell me now, you only tell me, are you learning Java for the sake of me? No, for the sake of you only. But why you are neglecting it now? Remember one more point. We are putting money and we are putting time. Okay, of course, money you can earn it again. But once if you pass the time, time will not be earned. Think of it, your lifespan is 70 years now. Of course, up to maybe my previous generation's average age is 70 years. And my generation, that average is 60 or 65 only. In our time, that average lifetime is 50 only. Understand it here. In our 50 years of time, if 1 minute is crossed, that 1 minute you will not get back. Precious time. Time is important. Now inside the class, you are putting 1 hour minimum. 1 hour you completed, that 1 hour of time you will not get back. But of course, money you can get back. Same money you can get back. More than that you can get back. But time you will not get back. In our 50 years of time, if 1 hour is completed there, do you think about it? My lifetime is going to be increased to 50 years and 1 hour of time? Definitely it will not come back. So that is the importance of this time. So don't make it is waste. Don't make it is useful for you. So it is 1 hour of time. If you want to give meaningful at your home, we have to study one more half an hour of time. If you study half an hour of time, this 1 hour plus half an hour, both will get meaning. Otherwise, definitely it's not going to be meaning. It's not going to be meaning. It's a meaningful thing. Okay, remember this point now. Moreover, just you completed your academics, you want to get job. If you want to get job, this study, this approach, this analysis is not sufficient. We have to do more than this. More than this in the sense, study properly the content. Are 3 days of time I have discussed some topics there. When ask questions on it, you are not in a position to recollect all the points. At starting point, in general, everybody are very much interested in starting concepts now. But now it seems it's in this class might be somewhat different. Really, I'm telling there. I have some other batch there before your class now. At 10 o'clock, some other batch is there. That batch students are powerful. Just if you ask a question, just without completing my question, they are giving answers. Yeah, they are in right track. But I want to check about your batch also. Tomorrow I will check it. With the proper preparation, come to the class. Don't absent tomorrow's class there. I will not ask individual persons there. I'm asking in a group only. In a group, you have to reply to me. Okay? Is that clear? Fine. Let's move on to the points here. And one more point. At the end of this class in the sense, this topic, introduction topic, I'll put on exam with the 30 marks. I'll give one exam there with the 30 marks. There we have to write that exam, mandatory for everybody. There we have to analyze yourself, how much you are getting score, where we are lack, try to identify it and try to study that again, try to do that work. Okay. Right, sir. Now coming to the content actually. So pointers topic. Now before going to understand the pointers, no, just 1 minute I want to give review of that previous class content here. C and C++ are platform dependent programming languages, but Java is platform independent programming language. First of all, I've given what is the definition of the platform dependent programming language. If any programming language allows its applications to perform compilation and execution on the same operating system, not on different operating systems, then the programming language is platform dependent programming language. Examples are C and C++. If we compile C program on Windows operating system, automatically C compiler will generate Windows represented .exe file. To execute that Windows represented .exe file, we must use the same Windows operating system at runtime. So here, operating system at runtime is dependent on the operating system which we have used for compilation. So C and C++ are what their platform dependent. Here I given some diagrammatic representation also for it. Next one is, if any programming language, platform independent definition I'm giving. If any programming language allows its applications to perform compilation on one operating system and execution is on another operating system, then that programming language is called platform independent programming language. If we compile Java file on Windows operating system, then Java compiler will generate a dot class file contains byte code. Bytecode is not directly executable code. It is an intermediate code and it is not following any of the operating system representations, including the operating system which you have used for compilation. But if you want to execute bytecode on any of the operating system, then that bytecode must have the local operating system representations. So to convert, so here we need to convert our neutral bytecode to the local operating system representations. To convert the bytecode from local operating, that means to convert the bytecode from neutral nature to the local operating system representations, the Sun Microsystems or Java has given a set of converters along with that execution process in a single device. The name of that single device is what there? JVM, Java Virtual Machine. Right, sir. In the diagram I given, we compile program only one time, but 4 times we have executed different operating systems. Now in this example, I've asked you directly the question. How many types of JVMs here we have used? Is it only one JVM or four JVMs? Four JVMs. Four JVMs here we have used. How we are using four JVMs here? What is the reason behind this particular point now? Answer is very clear. Java is a platform independent programming language because of JVMs only. But JVM is what? Platform dependent tool. Not only JVM, entire Java software is what their platform dependent. What are the two responsibilities of JVM in our Java application execution? One is translating our bytecode from neutral nature to the local operating system representation, that is called as native code, bytecode to native code translation, executing that native code. They are the two responsibilities of the JVM. Right, sir. Then after that we have asked one question there. What are the differences between .exe file and a .class file? .exe files are exist in C and C++. .class files are available in Java. .exe file contains directly executable code, but .class files contains bytecode. It is not directly executable code. It is an intermediate code. .exe file is a platform dependent file, whereas .class file is a platform independent file. .exe file will provide less security. .class file will provide more security. Right, so these are the various points we understood clearly. Next one is what there after this. Pointers are required in C and C++, but pointers are not required in Java. Right, sir. Everybody understand these points clearly. Observe carefully. What is the meaning of these pointers now? Before going to understand whether pointers are existed or not existed in a C, C++, Java, before that, first of all, what is a pointer? What exactly the meaning of pointer? After that, we will think about it where the pointers are available. All right, now I'm giving a simple definition. Try to understand it clearly. Pointer is a variable. Pointer is a variable. Observe carefully. Normal variables are able to store data. Normal variables are able to store what their data. Into a is equal to 10. Here 10 is the data. A is a variable. So value 10 is stored in a variable A. value 10 is stored in a variable A. Understand it clearly. What is the point I'm telling there? So this is normal variable. It is able to store the data 10. That's the meaning here we can understand. Int A is equal to 10. But here, understand the point now. Pointer is a variable, but not a normal variable. Pointer is a variable. It is able to store, address locations. What is that? Address locations of the data in general. But the data is available in the form of some data structures or not? In general, data is going to be available in the form of data structures or not? That's why I'm telling to you, it is able to store address locations of the data structures. Address locations of the data structures. Point is a variable. It is able to store address locations of the data structures. Where the data structures may be, everybody understand my point here, where the data structures may be a normal variable. Normal variable is also one of the data structure. Please recognize this. Or an array. Arrays, you already aware about it. Array is able to store more than one element with the same data type in a consecutive memory locations. An array in C and C++, a structures are available in C and C++, a structure or another pointer variable. Pointer variable itself is also a variable data structure. Pointer variable itself is also a variable or a data structure, and so on. This is a simple definition for what their pointer. That's it. Now check the definition. All of you are getting it or not? Pointer is a variable. It is able to store address locations of the data structures, where the data structures may be a normal variable, an array, or a structure, or another pointer variable. Right, so now this is exactly the meaning of like what they're pointers. Pointers topic here we understood clearly. Yes, sir. All of you are getting it or not? Okay, fine. All right, sir. Now observe carefully what I'm telling to you after completion of this. In okay, pointers are required in a C and a C++, but pointers are not required or not existed, or pointers are not existed or not required or not existed in Java. This is a question actually. Why pointers are required in C and C++, but why pointers are not existed in Java? This is a question here. So now here we have to provide answer for this question. Clearly, we have to give answers here. Why pointers are required in C and C++, but why pointers are not existed in Java? That's a question here. We have to understand it clearly. I'm able to give some answers to you. Now try to understand it clearly. Everybody understand this one. Point number one. Okay, sir. Before going to give this point now, I want to give one more point. Before this, now try to understand it clearly. In general, pointer variables are recognized and initialized. Recognized and initialized at compilation time. Compilation time. Pointer variables are recognized and initialized at compilation time. Let me show in the form of a diagram here, a simple diagram here I'm going to provide. Now try to observe carefully. What is the diagram here I'm providing now? I will answer for that question later on, but first of all understand this. I'm going to take a simple pointer variable into A is equal to 10. Is it visible? Last font is okay? Right. Okay? Okay, fine. Into A is equal to 10. Into star P. Into A is equal to 10 into star P. semicolon. P is equal to ampersand A. That's it. Now this is my instruction. This is my instruction. What is going on? When we compile this line into A is equal to 10, when we compile this line, first memory will be allocated for A on the base of the int. In C and C++, for integer, that memory is 2 bytes. This is 2 bytes of memory is created where the value is what 10 and its address location for every memory address location is available or not, and its address location is 1010 for example. Then after this, when we compile this instruction into star p, automatically here a variable will be created. P is a variable. That P variable will have some block of memory. How much memory is required to store address value, that much of memory is created for P. Next one after this, when we compile this line, P is equal to ampersand A. First it will calculate what there ampersand A. Ampersand A in the sense address of the A. That address value will be assigned to what variable? P variable. I think I forgot to give A value here. This is A variable. Understand it clearly. Address of A is what there? 1010. That value will be assigned to P variable. That means that 1010 value will be stored here. When we store this 1010 value, literally or physically, P is referring the location of A. P is referring what location there? Location of A. That's it. This is what exactly the meaning of like what there? Pointer. This is the meaning of like what there? Pointer variable. Is it? All of you are getting it or not? Okay, fine. Right, sir. It's okay, fine. This is the meaning of pointer variable. This is going to be happen when we compile the program. Now everybody understand it clearly. This entire process is going on. This memory allocation for the pointer variable, for the normal variable, providing initial value and sending this pointer data, address location to the P variable. This everything could be done by compiler or not? That everything could be done by compiler or not? At the time of compilation, yes. In the case of C programming language, this is going to be happen at a compilation time only by the compiler, not by at runtime, not at runtime, not by C engine. C engine is not doing this work. Only compiler is doing this work at compilation time. You know already one point. At a compilation time, all the pointer variables are recognized and initialized in the sense memory allocation for the pointer variables is going on at what time? Memory allocation for the pointer variables is going on at a compilation time or at runtime? Compilation time only. If the memory allocation is going on at compilation time, which type of memory allocation it is? No, is it a static memory allocation or dynamic memory allocation? Static memory allocation only. Point is very much clear. Pointers required. Which memory allocation? No, static memory allocation. That's very clear. Now understand the point here. The very first point here I'm telling to you why pointers are required in C++, but why pointers are not existing in Java. The very first answer is what there? Pointer variables required static memory allocation. Pointer variables required what memory allocation? Static memory allocation. But Java is following what memory allocation? No, dynamic memory allocation. By this you can understand clearly. C and C++ are following static memory allocation. Java is following what there? Dynamic memory allocation. So pointers are suitable in Java or not? Definitely not. Pointers are not suitable in Java. Why pointers are not suitable in Java? Why? Because Java is following what? Dynamic memory allocation, but pointers are supporting what there? Static memory allocation. Clear or not? Right, sir. This is point number one. Related point, simple point. In which programming language static memory allocation is going on? That programming language is a static programming language. In which programming language dynamic memory allocation is going on? That programming language is what they dynamic programming language. In very first point, we understood clearly this. Now coming to this point here, all of you know, pointer variables are supported by the static programming languages. Supported by the static programming languages. But Java is a dynamic programming language. Java is a dynamic programming language. By this we can understand clearly. What do you understand there by understanding this point here now? So pointers are not suitable in the case of what there? Java. Why? Because pointers required static memory allocation, static programming languages. But Java is following dynamic memory allocation, and Java is what there? A dynamic programming language. Right, sir? Now this is exactly the point here we can understand. Next one is after completion of this particular point here. Another thing is like what I'm telling to you. Observe carefully. Pointers are very much suitable. Pointers are very much suitable in a platform dependent programming languages. Pointers are very much suitable in a platform dependent programming languages. But Java is a platform what? Java is a platform independent programming language. Java is a platform independent programming language. That's it. So this is another reason here we have to understand clearly. Right, sir? Now tell me, all of now, as of now, 3 points here I given there. First one is what there? Pointer variables require static memory allocations, but Java is following dynamic memory allocation. Pointer variables are supported by the static programming languages, but Java is a dynamic programming language. Pointers are very much suitable in platform dependent programming languages, but Java is a platform independent programming language. The fourth point I'm telling to you, understand it clearly. Pointers is a bit of confusion oriented feature. Pointers is a bit of confusion oriented feature. But Java is a simple programming language. Am I right or not? But Java is a simple programming language. It must not allow confusion oriented features. It must not allow confusion oriented feature. Right, sir? Pointers, okay, pointers are a bit of confusion oriented features, but Java is a simple programming language. It must not allow confusion oriented features like pointers. Why, sir? How can you say it's a confusion oriented feature, a bit of confusion oriented feature? Right, sir. Now, I can give some points. You know, try to understand it now. As per our situation, as per our academic style, in a BTech first year, you might be identified C programming language in general in the colleges now. If it is in MCA first year, or if it is a BSc computer science, no, maybe in the first year of BSc, you may identify what there this particular C and data structures is a subject. Then my experience, I'm telling you, I'm not thinking much about your experience. I think so. The same thing is going to be over with you, but I'm thinking about my experience. Up to intermediate, I was totally Telugu medium. Right from BTech first year onwards, only I'm in English medium. So all of sudden switching from Telugu medium to English medium, that everything is a confusion. Yes, sir. Am I right or not? Everything is a confusion. Especially the first 1 week of classes are totally hard. What they are speaking, what you are listening, what we are listening is totally different story. It's almost like English movie we are watching. Unfortunately, in my college, every faculty they are speaking very good English, but I don't know what I have to do there by the time. There's so many issues in BTech first year. Especially my at present, there is no ragging in our colleges there. But at my time, then full of ragging. If we keep my food on outside, no, my seniors will take my food on outside, and they are totally taking to the ragging, the total part. The different levels of ragging. Is it too much ragging at my time? So that we have to bear at one side. That the next thing is what there. If you want to sit inside the classes properly, everybody they are coming and they are showing their English performance. We are not understanding even a single point. So totally is a headache kind of thing. First 2 to 3 months of time in the BTech first year. But we thought of it, BTech is a very good then free board. We are thinking like that. But situations are demanding to us like whether we have to stay inside the classes only. If we go outside, ragging. If we sit inside the class, no, then it's totally torture. Am I right or not? So what we have to do by the time? In this particular difficult situations, we have a faculty for C and data structures. What is the nature of that faculty and that particular situation? The nature is how he is teaching the content there. He don't like board and chalks actually. My time only chalk pieces and boards only. Later on, maybe whenever we are in a BTech third year or fourth year, and my entire organization was re-infrastructured. There they provided marker boards and all. But previously chalks and boards only. Very good board, green color boards. Okay, then by the time he don't like the chalks and the board. Actually, but if he want to take the chalks now, he's getting irritation. So he never explain anything on board. Simply is coming to the class, he's explain everything on air only. Everything is explained on air only, but we are listening on air only. When he said this point here, then we are looking at that point. What is there? We don't know. Immediately, his right hand is showing this point now. Then we are saying this point. What is there? We don't know. But our heads are rotating left to right like this. This is a situation. As a specific faculty, I remembered perfectly him. But even though he's explained everything in air, but he's trying to explain something, we are trying to get something. But we don't know what he explained and what we understood. This is a situation there. So on that particular situation, the C and data structures, one fine day, he started pointers topic. He said pointer is a variable which stores address location. Then immediately started explaining, no, this is data. Here address is there. This is pointer. This pointer is storing this address location. That's it. Where is data? Where is address? And where is pointer? Pointer is storing address. Everything on air only. Total confusion. In that way, we learn pointers now. Then by this, everybody is grading by seeing pointers. Everybody is grading by seeing these pointers topic. In my class, especially, everybody they are thinking pointers in the sense is a big thing. If anybody else is getting more marks in pointer in the sense, is a god only. Yeah, because of that reason, in my C and data structures, almost all 70% of the class is a stamp marks only. Just passed. Maybe more than 40, 45 or 50, around 50. But anyway, then first 2 to 3 bench people are available. They are intelligent, definitely. They're not going to be depending on the classes. No, they are depending on outside tuitions. No, so they might be getting more marks. But still, they are getting marks. But we are not getting marks. We are totally the thing. Don't ask me which location your bench. No, always back bench only. Don't think about it. Fine, sir. Now tell me if it is the case now, how it is possible to understand these pointers now? That point where we are afraid about the pointers now, the same afraidness is going on still today. For me, I'm telling that even I'm talking about pointers there, a bit kind of scarediness is going on with my mind. But then as I'm in these classes there, I'm teaching about Java. Thank God. Then good thing is what there, good news is what there in Java, pointers are not available. Otherwise, I may leave Java if it is the case. Okay. All right, sir. Anyway, whatever it may be, but minimal level, we have to understand the content. This is one point here where I feel the confusion with the pointers. But this is my personal experience only. Even I am not keeping this is the main reason why to say pointers is confused one. I'm not saying that this is the main reason, but there are some other reasons. This is my personal experience I'm telling that, but this is not the main reason to say pointers are confused one. Some other reasons are available. What are some other reasons? Listen carefully. That other reasons are what there. Next reason, that is technical reason. Try to understand it. Even technically also pointers are a bit confusion concept. Then what is that another reason? Listen carefully. In pointers, two types of pointers are available. Single level pointer, multi-level pointer. Single level pointer is what I shown up to now. pointer referring directly data. This is single level. Multi-level pointers are available. What about these multi-level pointers? No, one pointer is referring another pointer. Another pointer is referring some other pointer. Some other pointer is referring some other pointer. Some other is referring some other data. Up to 2 levels, 3 levels, it's okay. We can trace it. Which pointer is referring which pointer and which pointer is referring which data. That's okay. We can refer it. We can trace it. If it is 1 level, 2 level, or 3 level. If it is 10th level pointer, if it is more than 7 level pointers, more than 10 level pointers, more than 15 level pointers, definitely it is somewhat difficult for us to trace it or not. It is not possible for us to trace it or not. So there we are able to get what their confusion. There we are able to get what their confusion. Answer my point clear. So because of that reason, we can understand pointers is what there is a confusion oriented feature. But in the very first class I given that Java is what? Java is what? Simple programming language. It has to allow only simplified syntaxes only. Simple features only. In Java, every feature is a straightforward feature. No twists, no confusions. No, it's a totally a bold feature. It's a straightforward feature. No confusions in the case of Java. That's why Java is not entertaining that pointers concept. Java has not allowed pointers concept totally. Because of this reason, pointers are not existed in Java. Because of these many reasons, pointers are existed in Java. Yes, sir, got it or not? But still, even if you give this much of information to that interviewer, still interviewer will ask one question to you. Still interviewer will ask one question to you. What was that question there? All of you understand it clearly. That question is, okay, directly I'm writing this question. Again, I will ask that question in a different way. But first of all, directly my question is, what are the differences between pointer variables and reference variables? What are the differences between pointer variables and reference variables? This is the question here. That means interviewer may ask the same question in a different way. Now I'm going to ask that question to you now. But similar question in a different way. All of you observe this diagram now. Here this total part is a pointer part or not? P is a pointer variable or not? It is referring a block of memory or not? All right. In Java, if I declare a class, in Java, if I declare a class, in Java, if I declare a class, now here, what's the point I'm telling to you? When we create an object for a class here, in Java, we are going to create objects. Java is an object-oriented programming language. So we are going to create objects in Java. A small a is equal to new a constructor. A small a is equal to new a constructor. When we create an object for class A in Java, automatically an object will be created. Object is nothing but memory block only. Object is nothing but what there? Memory block only. This object is referred by a variable. Here a variable, here a is a variable here. We created a variable is referring this object. A variable is referring this object. So in the case of Java also, a block of memory is referred by a variable. But in C and C++, this variable is called pointer variable. In the case of Java, this variable is called as reference variable. Now here I'm asking the question, what is the difference between these two? What is the difference between pointer variable and a reference variable? But both are same, almost all. In C and C++, a variable is referring a block of memory, so it's a pointer variable. In the case of Java also, when we create an object for a particular class, a variable is referring a block of memory. It is called as reference variable in the case of Java. But why don't we call it as a pointer variable? How can you say pointers are not available in Java? That is my question. In the case of Java also, a variable is referring a block of memory. So why don't we call it as a pointer variable? How can you say that pointer variables are not available in Java? This question here we are getting. So that entire question I simplified in the form of like what are the differences between pointer variables and reference variables. This is exactly the question I'm asking to you clearly. Now, if you want to answer for this particular question, how pointer variable is referring a block of memory, that we understood clearly in C programming language. But in Java also we have to understand how a variable A is referring this block of memory. If you understand that, then we can compare pointer variables in C, reference variables in Java, whether both are same or both are different, that we are going to understand in the future. Yes, sir, all of you are getting it or not? How pointers are referring this block of memory by storing address locations, that we understood. But in Java, how reference variable is referring a block of memory by storing what? If you understand that, then we can compare both pointer variables and reference variables. Now I'm going to give clarity how objects are created in Java. How variable is referring a particular object in Java. I'm going to explain that. Somewhat internal concept, somewhat related with Java. Try to put more concentration, everybody. Yes, sir. Can I start now? Can I move forward? Can I move forward? Right, sir. Everybody must understand the point here. It will be useful for us in object orientation again. All right, try to understand it now. For example, in Java, I have taken class A. Inside this class A, something I have taken. Some variables and methods that we have taken. Variables and methods that we have taken. Observe carefully. This is what their class A. Clear? After this, now here, I am trying to create an object for class A. A small a is equal to new A. This is an intersection. A small a is equal to new A. Clear? Now, who is executing this particular intersection now? To execute this particular intersection, here we have a person. Tell me guys, you only tell me, who is this person to execute our intersection Java code? Come on, who will execute our Java code? Why you are thinking too much about it now? JVM. JVM is the executor of the Java program. JVM will execute our code. That's nice. Now this is JVM. All of you observe carefully. In Java, a separate memory management system here we are going to use. In Java, a separate memory management is what there? Heap memory. In Java, we are using what memory? Heap memory. There only we are going to create objects. It's a block of memory. To control this entire heap memory, one more person is assigned here. To control this total heap memory, one person, one separate manager is assigned. Who is this manager actually? The name of this manager is heap manager. Right, sir. Manager is what there? Heap manager. Okay. Understand this point, sir? Not heap manager. JVM and what next one again? No, heap manager. Clear. Observe carefully. I'm going to start internal flow of execution. Try to put more concentration. When JVM executes this particular statement, a small a is equal to new a, where new is what there? A keyword. This new keyword has the functionality of creating an object in Java. New keyword has the functionality of creating object. Every keyword has its own functionality. For has its own functionality. Int has its own functionality. Similarly, new has its own functionality. What is that functionality? Creating an object. Good. As part of its functionality, immediately JVM requested to the heap manager about to create an object for this particular class. Immediately heap manager is submitting a request to the heap manager about to create an object for this A class requirement. Object is nothing but a memory block. Object is not any other one, just simply a memory block. Understand it clearly. So here heap manager has taken that request, accepted that request. Now it is searching for an object in the heap memory with the required block. Of course, how much memory is required to create an object, that JVM would be calculated it. JVM could send that information also to the heap manager. Now heap manager has searched for the respective memory block. If it is available, that memory block will be assigned for the JVM requirement. This memory block, whatever the memory block which is assigned by JVM, by heap manager for our object purpose now, this memory block is called as an object. This memory block is called as what? There is an object. Now understand it clearly. Object was created. This is exactly like what their object is created. Where object is created now? In a heap memory, object is created. Yes, sir. All of you getting it or not? Good. All right, sir. I'm asking one question to you. Now try to answer for it. In a Java applications, how many classes here we are able to write? How many classes we are able to write? Do you have any limitation on number of classes? Or we can write any number of classes? Do you have any limitation on number of classes, or we can write any number of classes? We can write any number of classes, as many classes as we require. As per the requirement, we can write any number of classes. Right or not? Okay, if you write any number of classes now, do you have any limitation on number of objects inside the heap memory? We can create any number of objects or not? As many classes as we have written, that many number of objects we can create inside what there? Inside the heap memory. Any number of objects we can create inside the heap memory. Okay. One simple example. You're all sitting here. Say, for example, 150 members are sitting in front of me. Example, I'm telling them. 150 members are sitting in front of me. When 150 members are sitting in front of me, I want to call each and every person. I want to recognize that each and every person. If I want to call each and every person, or if you want to recognize each and every person, what I require? What should I use to recognize each and every person internally? I need your identity or not? That means every person must have your own identity or not? That identity, with that identity only I can call. Am I right or not? So when we have multiple elements, each and every element must have some identity, unique identity. By using that unique identity only, I can call each and every person. Similarly, in Java also, inside this heap memory also, when multiple objects we created, then for each and every object, some unique identity is required or not? In order to access that object, in order to keep data inside that object, in order to get data from that object, we need some unique identity for that particular object or not? For each and every object, we have to provide some unique identity or not? Right. So who is providing that unique identity, and at what time that unique identity is provided? At the time of creating object inside the heap memory, automatically an unique identity is created by heap manager. At the time of creating object, automatically heap manager will provide an unique identity for each and every object. Similarly, when this object is created, automatically unique identity is provided to this object also. For each and every object, unique identity is provided in the form of an integer value. For each and every object, unique identity is provided by heap manager in the form of an integer value. That integer value is called hash code of the object. What is it? No, hash code of the object. Object hash code is a unique identity provided by heap manager for each and every object. Right, sir. Who's creating the dash code value, sir? Now tell me, who's creating the dash code value? Heap manager. Heap manager is creating the dash code value or not? When this hash code value is created by heap manager, immediately heap manager will take this hash code value, and heap manager will send that hash code value to JVM. Heap manager will send that hash code value to JVM. As per our request, you are asked to me to create an object. I created an object, and it's a unique identity is created. That identity is like what there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is hash code value I'm submitting to you. If you want to access that object, use this hash code value. But what JVM is doing now? JVM is not using the hash code value directly. On the base of this hash code value, JVM is creating its own identity. On the base of hash code value, JVM is creating its own identity. When a hash code value is coming here, immediately the hash code value is taken by JVM. JVM is converting the hash code value into its a hexadecimal form. So for example, AB56. AB562, like what there, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So that hash code value is converted to hexadecimal form. Like, get my point or not? Now this is like what there, hexadecimal form of hash code. Now here what we are getting there, AB56, that value here we are getting hexadecimal form of hash code. This is a hexadecimal form of hash code. Hexadecimal form of hash code is called as a reference value. Is called as what there, reference value. Hexadecimal form of hash code is called as what there, reference value. When this reference value is created, that reference value will be assigned to a variable. When reference value is created, that reference value is assigned to a variable. That reference value is assigned to a variable, so that variable is called as reference variable. That reference variable is called as what there, reference variable. That's it. This is what exactly the meaning of reference variable. Is it? Or if you're getting clarity on this point or not? So why I'm giving this total information here at present? No, in this initial classes there, at least we have to understand what is pointer variable and what is reference variable. See, then both the diagrams are available here. One is pointer variable, another one is what the reference variable. Identify the difference between these two. Just I'm giving 1 minute of time to you. Now identify the difference between these two. What is pointer variable and what is reference variable? Just identify the difference between these two. Right, I can give some information. Pointer variable is able to refer a block of memory by storing its address location. A is a variable, data is a 10, address location is 1010. That is stored in a variable. That variable is a pointer variable. Pointer variable is able to refer a block of memory by storing its address location. So it is called as what there? A pointer variable. Get my point or not? But what is the reference variable? Come on, by seeing the diagram I'm telling there, what is reference variable? A reference variable is a variable which stores object reference value. Where what is this object reference value? Hexadecimal form of hash code. What is the hash code here? No, hash code is an unique identity provided by heap manager in the form of an integer value. This hash code value is what there? An integer value. Get my point or not? Integer value is not address location. Reference value is not address location. Reference variable is not storing address location. Understand my point here? But whereas pointer variable is storing address location. Pointer variable is storing address location, but reference variable is not storing address location. Pointer variable is able to refer a block of memory by storing address location. But reference variable is able to refer a block of memory by storing object reference value. Here object reference value is the hexadecimal form of hash code. Hash code is an unique identity provided by heap manager in the form of an integer value. So the point is what there, reference variable is a variable. Here I'm telling there, a reference variable is a variable. It able to refer a block of memory by storing object reference value. Reference variable is a variable. It is able to refer a block of memory by storing object reference value. Object reference value is a hexadecimal form of hash code. Hash code is an unique identity provided by heap manager in the form of an integer value. That's it. So here both differences here we can identify. Pointer variable is storing address location, but reference variable is not storing address location. Pointer variables are available in C, C++, but reference variables are available in Java. Pointer variables require static memory allocation, but reference variables require dynamic memory allocation. Pointer variables are supported by static programming languages. Reference variables are supported by dynamic programming languages. That's it. These are exactly the points here what we want. Right, sir. Now let me take this diagram here. I want to use this diagram. But before that, I want to give points to you. Now try to understand this now. Very first point. Now tell me, pointer variables are available in C and C++, whereas reference variables are available in Java. That is point number one. Now point number two, all of you observe carefully. Pointer variables are recognized, or else maybe pointer variables are able to refer a block of memory by storing address locations directly. Pointer variables are able to refer to a block of memory by storing address locations. But reference variables are able to refer to a block of memory by storing object reference value. Reference variables are able to refer a block of memory by storing object reference value. All right, so then after this, where the object reference value, is the hexadecimal form of hash code, where the object reference value is the hexadecimal form of hash code, where the hash code is an unique identity provided by the heap manager in the form of an integer value. That's it. Reference variables are able to refer a block of memory by storing address object reference value, where the object reference value is the hexadecimal form of hash code, where the hash code is an unique identity provided by the heap manager in the form of what there? An integer value. That's it. Now this is exactly the point here we can understand now. So here what I am telling there, as is that points here we are understand. Whatever the points here I explained to you, that points are available here, we can understand. Next one is after that, point number 3. Third point here I'm telling to you. Pointer variables require static memory allocation and which are supported by static programming languages. Which are supported by the static programming languages. That's it. Next one is after this point of view, reference variables required dynamic memory allocation and which are supported by the dynamic programming languages. Right, sir. Reference variables required dynamic memory allocation which are supported by the dynamic programming languages. So these are sufficient in general. What exactly the difference between pointer variables and reference variables? So these are the concepts here we understood clearly. So all of you are getting or not? So this is about like what the fourth difference. What is the meaning of pointer variable and what is the meaning of reference variable? How pointers are supported in C and C++, how pointers are not supported in Java. Everything, almost all the reasons here are given clearly. Now try to understand it now. Right, sir. Now, if we complete this point here, if you understand this fourth difference, that fifth difference in between Java and others, that fifth difference should be, observe carefully, multiple inheritance is not possible in Java. Multiple inheritance is not possible in Java. Right, sir. What is the meaning of this multiple inheritance? What you are understanding about this multiple inheritance? Here we have to understand the points clearly. Right, sir. All of you observe carefully. I'm going to give simple analysis. How this multiple inheritance is available. I want to give some points. Now try to understand these points clearly. Right, sir. All of you understand this clearly. Java is an object-oriented programming language or not? Is a straightforward information. Java is what there is an object-oriented programming language. Clear or not? Okay. Before this, I'm asking this question now. Before going to understand Java is an object-oriented programming language or not? C, C++ are object-oriented programming languages or not? Before these points. First of all, when a programming language is an object-oriented programming language, that's my question. When a programming language is an object-oriented programming language. Right, I'm going to give some point here. Now try to understand it clearly. If any programming language, allows to represent data in the form of objects by following object-oriented features, then that's a programming language. Is called object-oriented programming language. Tell me, sir, what is the point I'm telling there? If any programming language allows to represent data in the form of objects by following object-oriented features, then that programming language is called object-oriented programming language. That means data must be represented in the form of objects, but while representing the data in the form of objects, a set of rules and regulations here we have to follow. The set of rules and regulations are what? Their object-oriented features. Good. Observe carefully. There are seven number of object oriented features. What are the seven number of object oriented features? All right, understand it clearly. First one is class, next one is object, encapsulation, next one is what there, abstraction, then after this inheritance, after this polymorphism, last one is message passing. Actually people are not including this. It is also be one of the object oriented feature, but people are not including that, but it is also one of the object oriented feature. Right, sir. Overall, how many object oriented features are available? Seven number of features. What are the seven number of features? No, class, object, encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism, and message passing. That's okay, fine. Out of all these things, now here I required inheritance concept. What I required here? No, inheritance. Why? Because our point is like what their inheritance. Multiple inheritance is not possible in Java. So first we are understanding what is multiple inheritance. After that, we are going to understand why multiple inheritance is not possible in Java. So to understand this multiple inheritance, I started right from object-oriented programming onwards. All right. First of all, what is inheritance? What's the meaning of inheritance? All right. I'm giving some clarity now. Try to understand it now. In object orientation, in object-oriented programming languages, programs we are going to write with classes. Yes, sir. Programs we are going to write with what their classes. Java application development in the sense full of classes. Classes are nothing but real world entities. Student is a class, account is a class, product is a class, employee is a class. All these are like what their classes. Okay, right. But after writing classes, what is this inheritance actually? After understanding the classes, what is the meaning of this inheritance? If you come for this point, answer is very clear. Observe carefully. It's the relation between classes. What is this actually? It is the relation between classes. Okay, what that relation will provide to us? Relation between classes, okay, but what it is providing to us? Point is very clear. It will provide variables and methods from one class to another class. It will provide variables and methods from one class to another class. Understand it clearly. One class is providing variables and methods to another class now. That one class is called as parent class, is also be called as a base class, and is also be called as a super class. In Java, which terminology is available? Super class only. We will not say parent class and we will not say base class. They are from different programming languages. But in Java, one class which is providing variables and methods to other class, that one class is what their super class. to another class. That another class which is getting variables and methods. Another class which is getting variables and methods. Then it is called as what they. It is a subclass. If we use the term parent class, there we can use. We can use like it is what their child class. If we use the term basic class, here we have to use what their derived class. If we use the term superclass, now here we have to use what their subclass. So superclass, subclass, they are the right terminologies in inheritance inside the Java. But other terminologies are coming from what their other programming languages only. Clear or not? All right, sir. Now understand this clearly after this inheritance. But what is the main advantage of this inheritance? The main advantage of inheritance is code reusability. What is this? No, code reusability. Code reusability is the main advantage of this inheritance. Say for example, parent-child relationship is inheritance. Your parents have some amount of money, some properties, some business. As a child, what is your responsibility? We have to reuse that business to increase more money or not? Answer my point here. To increase more business or not? By see whatever the things which are available with your parents, know that we have to take, then we have to use it, and we are going to increase your business. That means parent business we are reusing or not? So it's the meaning of like what their reusability. Say for example, sir, if we take might be movies or film industries, if we take now, understand clearly, film industries. Amitabh Bachchan is a very good actor. Then he had the property acting. The property of Amitabh Bachchan is what they're acting. Of course, some money is also available. What Abhishek Bachchan is doing? What Abhishek Bachchan is doing? Married Aishwarya Rai, no? It's okay. That's a different story. But what Abhishek Bachchan is doing? Abhishek Bachchan is getting the property behavior from Amitabh Bachchan or not? Is reusing the same property or not? Example, in the case if Amitabh Bachchan is not there, then where is in the case if Amitabh Bachchan is not available, where is Abhishek Bachchan? Abhishek Bachchan is getting property from what there? From the Amitabh Bachchan. That means from parent, he got a property. Then he reused that property. All parent properties are reused by the childs only. So that's why I'm telling there, the main importance or main advantage of inheritance is what there? Code reusability. Yes, sir. Are you getting my point or not? The main advantage of inheritance is what there? Code reusability. Okay, I'm asking one more question. Try to answer for it. Parent, child, two are available. Parent, child, two are available. Who is more powerful? Who is more powerful? It's wrong. Of course, in outside you may give number of examples for it. In outside environment it's okay, but in the technology, in Java, parent, child, if you take no, child is more powerful than parent. Even in outside also I can give an example. I can tell one example. Amitabh Bachchan, Abhishek Bachchan, inheritance relationship. Abhishek Bachchan reusing the property of parent Amitabh Bachchan is a failure case, is a failure example, not successful example. Why? Because child can reuse parent properties. At the same time, child has the capability of overriding existing functionality of the parent. Child has the capability of extending it to some other level. Child can define his own along with the parent business. These many things are available. Child can override the features of parent. Child can have some extension of the parent behavior, and child can have new things when compared with the parent. One more example I'm telling, just is a perfect example, we can understand it clearly. Allu Arvind and Allu Arjun. Who is more powerful now? Tell me. Allu Arjun is a more powerful, more fame and more name, more money also. Allu Arvind's status is what there is a producer. That's okay. He might be have some money. Obviously, that money is available to Allu Arjun. Allu Arjun will get all money of Allu Arvind. At the same time, Allu Arjun has extra capability. That is what they're acting. But Allu Arvind is not an actor. Allu Arjun has what they're acting. Extra capability has. And he can override the existing features of Allu Arvind also. Allu Arvind has only production company. That's it. But now what Allu Arjun is doing there, overriding that production company, is making as a like a studio. Allu Studios. Might be they have started working on it. Allu Arjun is overriding existing features of Allu Arvind and having extra feature. Acting is extra. Overriding existed. Means that parent scope is less, but child scope is more. Already parent scope is already saturated, but child scope is more than saturated. Yes, sir, if you're getting my point or not? One more best example I can give there in the film industry. Akkineni Nageshwar Rao and Akkineni Nagarjuna. Who is more powerful? Of course, in the point, Naga Chaitanya na. Arey yaar. Okay, fine. See, okay, that's the legacy I'm telling there. Think of it. Akkineni Nageshwar Rao has very good fame. Okay, good. I do agree for that. But in the point of money, in the point of business and everything, Nagarjuna is a super. When compared with Nageshwar Rao. Nageshwar Rao didn't have much amount. But Nagarjuna is involved in multiple businesses, had more companies in his own. So what we know about Nagarjuna outside is different than what he has internally. Nagarjuna has so many businesses, crores of thousands crores of amount he's rotating now. Had very good business. See what is the difference here? Acting is a feature that Nagarjuna got it from Nageshwar Rao. But along with that, extra businesses he's doing. He's in a hotel business. Nagarjuna is in a hotel business. He's in real estate. Of course, he's a good personality. In a Telugu industry, he's one of the personality. He involved in multiple businesses. Understand it clearly what I'm telling you. So he has more. See, my interest is not on their properties and all. My interest is on what that relationship. Who is more powerful? That's the point I'm telling you. Always, child is more powerful than what their parent. Understand it clearly. Of course, parents are already saturation, but we can go for beyond the saturation. Beyond their saturation. The parents are having saturation, but we can see beyond their saturation. That's the point I'm telling there. So anyway, finally, reusability is a main advantage of what their inheritance. Okay, good. How many types of inheritances are available? What are the various types of inheritances? Where what is single inheritance? Where what is multiple inheritance? Why multiple inheritance is not possible in Java? All the points we are going to understand clearly, right? Right. So then tomorrow I'll explain the content here. Tomorrow is a Saturday, right? Don't think it is a holiday on tomorrow, but Sunday is a holiday. Tomorrow we have classes there up to few days of time, few weeks of time. Monday to Saturday classes are available, but on Sunday is a gap. Once if I start object orientation, every day is a working day. Every day is a working day. Once if I start what there object orientation, on Sundays also I'm going to take the classes. Okay, please recognize this. Tomorrow don't fail to come for the class. Important topic I'm discussing there. Multiple inheritance, why it is not possible in Java, why it is possible in Python. Even that point also I will explain. After completion of that, if time is permitted for me, I will start another topic like what there distractors or some other content. I will start them within 1 or 2 days of time. This topic is going to be completed, almost all 9 number of points. Main points I covered. This is the last main point. Remaining points are simple to complete. Just it's a matter of 1 hour to complete remaining points now. Okay, then after that I'll start it. Monday onwards, what about our schedule there? 10 to 1. Clear, fix it. 10 to 11:30 is what there? Language fundamentals. 11:40, 11:45 to 1 o'clock is what there? Introduction, continuation parts. All are independent topics only. Easily we are able to understand it. I will take care about it. Just leave that option to me. Right, sir? Thank you. Thanks a lot. Till meet on tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you guys. And those who are attending in online, and just the link is going to be changed from Monday onwards. Now try to register for the courses. Those who are not yet registered. Okay. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot. And if you want to go for registration there, just if you want to contact with your admin people, just use this number or use these numbers, either of these numbers, or admin people will give more clarity on it. Yeah, then definitely we can. Vishal, you're not receiving any recordings there so far. Vishal Sony. For me, no. Tell me, no problem. I can understand. Slowly, bit slowly, bit slowly. Don't speed. Only videos you want? Class no. Videos. Take this number and send your translation to this number there. Then they will give access to you. Understood? You are not received your videos link, right? That's the question you asked for then. Contact this number. This number, especially that block number. Yeah, that number 73860 I think his name is Shiva. Still, he's available there in office. No, directly you can go to the front office there, second floor. Directly ask Shiva. Name is Shiva. Then talk to him. He will provide videos access to you. Thank you. Directly, then you can take your laptops. No? So we can practice it. Then if you are unable to get outputs there, then bring your laptop to me. After the class, I'll be available. I can check your problems. Sure. ఉంది కదా పాలిమార్ఫిజం అంటే ఏంటి? ఎన్ని టైప్స్ ఉంటాయి దానిలో? అదే అక్కడే ఉంది పాయింట్. అక్కడ స్టాటిక్ పాలిమార్ఫిజం, డైనమిక్ పాలిమార్ఫిజం. డైనమిక్ పాలిమార్ఫిజంలో డైనమిక్ బైండింగ్ వస్తుంది. అంటే ఓవర్లోడింగ్, ఓవర్ రైడింగ్ కాన్సెప్ట్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా. ఓవర్ లోడింగ్ వచ్చి స్టాటిక్, ఓవర్ రైడింగ్ వచ్చేసి డైనమిక్. దాన్ని ఎక్కడ అంటారు? ఓవర్ రైడింగ్ ని డైనమిక్ బైండింగ్ అంటారు. అది పాయింట్. మినిమం 3 months ఆఫ్ టైం. 1 month ఎక్స్ట్రా కూడా తీసుకోవచ్చు. హెవీ కాంటెంట్, సిలబస్ చాలా ఎక్కువ. ప్లస్ మీకు కొంచెం ఫాస్ట్ అయిపోద్ది, ఇబ్బంది ఏం లేదు. ఎందుకంటే నేను వెరీ సూన్ సండేస్ కూడా ఎక్కువ తీసుకుంటాను. 3 to 4 hours తీసుకున్నా క్లాసెస్. ఫాస్ట్ అయిపోతుంది. నో ఇష్యూస్ అండి. దెన్ మీకు అయిపోతుంది. మినిమం చెప్తున్నా కదా, 3 to 4 months ఆఫ్ టైం ఉంటుంది. సేమ్ క్లాస్ అంటే ఇక్కడ జస్ట్ బ్యాచెస్ వైజే వేరియేషన్ ఉంటుంది, కానీ అందరు క్లాస్ అనేది ఒకటే ఉంటుంది. ఇప్పుడు ఈ బ్యాచ్ లో అందరూ ఉన్నారు. ఫుల్ స్టాక్ వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారు, బేసిక్ వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారు, కంప్లీట్ జాబ్, ఇండివిజువల్ కోర్ జాబ్. కాకపోతే ఒకటి ఆలోచించండి, ఇప్పుడు ప్రజెంట్ మార్కెట్ అంతా కూడా ఫుల్ స్టాక్ మీద వెళ్తుంది. ఎందుకంటే ఎవ్రీబడి దే ఆర్ లుకింగ్ ఫర్ ఫుల్ స్టాక్ జావా డెవలపర్. సో మీరు ఒక కోర్ జాబ్, అడ్వాన్స్ జాబ్ తీసుకున్నా కూడా ప్రయోజనం లేదు బయట మార్కెట్లో. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, నేను కోర్ జాబ్ కంప్లీట్ చేసిన జాబ్ ట్రయల్ చేస్తానంటే ఇట్స్ వేస్ట్ ఆఫ్ టైం. ఎవరు అంత ఓన్లీ కోర్ జాబ్ మీద ఎవరు జాబ్ ఇచ్చేదని రెడీగా లేరు. ఫస్ట్ ప్రజెంట్ ఫుల్ స్టాక్ జావా మీదే ఉంది మార్కెట్ అంతా కూడా. అది 6 to 7 months పడుతుంది. 7 to 8 months కూడా పట్టవచ్చు. ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ కాంటెంట్ చాలా హెవీ కాంటెంట్, 14 to 15 సబ్జెక్ట్స్ కంప్లీట్ చేయాలి. ఎవ్రీడే మీరు 3 to 4 hours అటెంప్ట్ చేస్తేనే అవుతుంది. అది కూడా స్టాండర్డ్ సొల్యూషన్. ఇది ఎంత టెంపరీ కాదు. ఇది ఈ రోజు నేను చెప్తాను అయిపోయింది, మీరు జాయిన్ అయిపోయి 2 నెలలు కంప్లీట్ చేసి అనుకోండి, వెళ్ళిపోతే ఏమి ఉండదు అక్కడ. మళ్ళీ సచ్చినట్టు మళ్ళీ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్స్ రావాల్సింది బయట. ఇప్పుడు ఇది నేర్చుకుంటే 20 years వరకు మీకు తిరిగి ఉండదు. 20 years వరకు మీకు వెనక్కి తిరిగి చూసుకునే పని ఉండదు. లైఫ్ సెటిల్ అయిపోతుంది కంప్లీట్. మీ జనరేషన్ అయిపోతుంది అట్లా. అది సొల్యూషన్. అంతే. ఇక్కడ నా కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ ఏంటంటే, జనరల్గా ఇప్పుడు ఏంది, నేను ఒక 45 days లో కూడా కంప్లీట్ చేయొచ్చు కోర్సు. అది వేస్ట్ ఆఫ్ టైం, అది నడవదు. ఎందుకంటే నాలెడ్జ్ రాదు, మీకు హాఫ్ నాలెడ్జే వస్తుంది. సో వన్స్ ఇక్కడ లెర్నింగ్ అనేది 1 time ఎవరికైనా సరే. ఇది శుభ్రంగా నేర్చుకోవాలి, నేర్చుకోవాలి. కంప్లీట్నెస్ ఇస్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. కంప్లీట్ అయిపోయి వెళ్ళిపోతే ఇంకా అయిపోతుంది. ఇంకా అందరితో గొడవ ఉండదు. మళ్ళీ వెనక్కి తిరిగి చూసుకోవాల్సిన పని లేదు. మీరు ఏ ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఇచ్చినా కూడా చేసుకోవచ్చు. మీరు ఎందుకంటే నేర్చుకోవడానికి వచ్చింది ఇక్కడ, కంప్లీట్ నేర్చుకుందామనే కదా. అంటే మార్కెట్లో చాలా మంది మిమ్మల్ని అట్రాక్ట్ చేయడానికి చాలా వేస్ ఉన్నాయి. వాళ్ళు చేస్తారు, దట్ ఈస్ దేర్ బిజినెస్. నేను వాళ్ళని కూడా ఏం క్రిటిసైజ్ చేయట్లేదు ఇక్కడ. కానీ నా పర్సనల్ ఒపీనియన్ ఏంటంటే, నేను వన్స్ చెప్తూ మొదలు పెడితే ప్రతి పాయింట్ నేను చెప్పాలి, నాకున్న ప్రతిదీ చెప్పాలి. అప్పుడే నాకు సాటిస్ఫాక్షన్ లెవెల్. అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం మీకు అది అడ్వాంటేజ్. మీకు మొత్తం వచ్చింది దానికి ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్, ఇంకా ఒకసారి కదా నేర్చుకునేది. ఒకసారి మొత్తం పట్టేసుకుంటే తర్వాత దాన్ని యూటిలైజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు ఎక్కడంటే అట్లా. సో ఇట్స్ మ్యాండేటరీ. ఎస్పెషల్లీ ఇప్పుడున్న ప్రజెంట్ మార్కెట్కి, అవుట్ సైడ్ మార్కెట్కి ఎట్లయితే ఉందో డల్ సిచ్యువేషన్, ఎవరికైతే ఎక్కువ నాలెడ్జ్ ఉంటుందో వాళ్ళకి జాబ్స్ వస్తాయి. ఎవరికైతే మోర్ టెక్నాలజీస్ ఉంటాయో వాళ్ళకి జాబ్స్ వస్తాయి. తక్కువ టెక్నాలజీ పెట్టుకుని జాబ్ కొడతాంటే కుదరదు. బౌండరీస్ లో నా నాలెడ్జ్ ఉందని చెప్తే కూడా కుదరదు. ఇప్పుడంతా కూడా అసలు మార్కెట్ మొత్తం ఎట్లా అయిపోయిందంటే, ఇంత నాలెడ్జ్ కావాలి జాబ్ రావాలంటే. అంత నాలెడ్జ్ లో కనీసం మనకు కావాల్సినంత వరకు నేర్చుకోవాలి. అందుకని నేను ఏరుకోరి ఫుల్ స్టాక్ లో అవన్నీ టాపిక్స్ పెట్టింది. ఎందుకంటే ఇది ఒక రీజన్ మీదే. నేను కంపెనీ వాళ్ళ డిస్క్రిప్షన్స్ తీసుకొని వాళ్ళ ట్రైనింగ్, కార్పొరేట్ ట్రైనింగ్, వాళ్ళు ఏమి ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేస్తున్నాం అవన్నీ మాట్లాడి చూసి నేను ప్రిపేర్ చేసిన కరికులం మొత్తం. ఎందుకంటే వాళ్ళు ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఏ జాబ్ పోర్టల్ తీసినా సరే ఫుల్ స్టాక్ జావా డెవలప్మెంట్ ఇవన్నీ ఉంటాయి జనరల్ గా. కానీ కొంతమంది కోర్ జావా, అడ్వాన్స్ జావా, స్ప్రింగ్ బూట్, మైక్రో సర్వీస్, ఫుల్ స్టాక్ అనేస్తున్నారు 3 to 4 టాపిక్స్. అది కాదు, అది ఫుల్ స్టాక్ జావా కాదు. అది మోసం చేయడం మీ పిల్లల్ని. లిటరల్ గా బ్లండర్ అది అసలు లేదు. అవన్నీ అవసరం లేదు, పక్కన పెట్టేసేయండి. వన్స్ మీరు అక్కడ స్టెప్ తీసుకుంటే కంప్లీట్గా మేము చెప్పి పంపించాల్సిందే, మీరు కంప్లీట్ నేర్చుకొని వెళ్ళిపోవాల్సిందే. నేను చెప్తాను కదా, జాబ్ వచ్చేంత వరకు సపోర్ట్ తీసుకోండి, ఇబ్బంది ఏం లేదు. రండి క్లాసెస్ కావాలంటే రండి, వీడియోస్ ఇస్తున్నా, క్లాస్ రూమ్ నోట్స్ ఇస్తున్నా, నీట్ క్లియర్ కట్ నోట్స్, ఇంకా పీడిఎఫ్ మెటీరియల్ ఇస్తున్నా. ఇంకా నాకు ఇంకో థింకింగ్ ఉంది, నా ప్రీవియస్ బ్యాచ్ ఒకటి అయిపోయింది, ఆ వీడియోస్ కూడా పడేస్తే మీరు చదువుకుంటారని చెప్పి ఆలోచనలో ఉన్నాను. అదొకసారి నేను ఆలోచించి తీసుకోవాలి డెసిషన్. అది కొన్నే ఉంటాయి, యూట్యూబ్లో అన్ని రావు. డెమోస్ ఏవో 10-15 రోజులు వస్తాయి క్లాసెస్. టాపిక్ అయిపోయేంత వరకు ఉంటాయి, టాపిక్ మధ్యలో ఆపడం కూడా ఇష్టం లేదు. అది పెట్టేవి ఒక టాపిక్ వరకు పెట్టేసి మిగతా ఇస్తున్నాం. ఇది టాపిక్ అయిపోతే అయిపోతాయి వీడియోస్ అవి. ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్ జావా డెవలపర్కి ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్ ఇస్ బెస్ట్. అజ్యూర్ ఎవరికంటే జనరల్గా .NET కానీ వాళ్ళు ప్రిఫర్ చేస్తారు. బెస్ట్ అంటే ఇప్పుడు మీకు మార్కెట్లో కూడా క్లౌడ్ మొత్తం 1 2 3 అని ఇస్తే #1 ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్, #2 అజ్యూర్, #3 జీసీపీ, గూగుల్ క్లౌడ్ ప్లాట్ఫామ్. ఇంకా తర్వాత మిగతావన్నీ కూడా అది వేరే ఫ్యాకల్టీ. అది నా దగ్గర సంబంధం ఉండదు. నేనంటే ఆర్గనైజేషన్ మన సైడ్ ఉన్నాం కాబట్టి నేను చేయడానికైనా ఏదైనా ఉంటుంది. నేను మల్టిపుల్ టైమ్స్ రమ్మని చెప్తాను, నాకెవరు డబ్బులు ఇచ్చేది ఏమి ఉండదు కదా. ఆర్గనైజేషన్ మన దగ్గర ఉండదు, ప్రాబ్లం లేదు. నేను అలో చేస్తాను, నాకు ఇబ్బంది లేదు. అక్కడ వేరే ఫ్యాకల్టీ వాళ్ళు ఇక్కడ వస్తుంది దాని మీద కదా, వాళ్ళు మళ్ళీ నేను చెప్పలేను వాళ్ళ గురించి. అందుకనే కదా వాళ్ళు కూడా వీడియో సపోర్ట్ ఇస్తున్నారు. యాక్చువల్ స్టార్టింగ్ లో వీడియో సపోర్ట్ లేకుండా అందరికి మేము ఎంబడిపడి ఫ్యాకల్టీని వాళ్ళని కన్విన్స్ చేసి వీడియోలు తీపిస్తున్నాం. జనరల్ గా మార్కెట్ లో మీకు ఐడియా ఏ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ చెక్ చేసుకోండి, కానీ డిఫాల్ట్ వీడియో సర్వీస్ ఎవరు ఆఫ్లైన్ క్లాసెస్ కి స్టూడెంట్ కి ఈ వీడియో సర్వీస్ ఎవరు. వీడియోస్ అంటే మళ్ళీ ఎక్స్ట్రా పేమెంట్ ఏదో గందరగోళం నడుస్తుంది, అదంతా కూడా. సరే ఏదైనా కానీ మొత్తానికి ఇక్కడ దుర్గా సభలో నేను అనేది ఏంటంటే, వాళ్ళు ఈ స్టూడెంట్స్ వాళ్ళు నమ్మి కోర్సెస్కి వస్తున్నారు కాబట్టి వాళ్ళకి ఫుల్ మీల్స్ పెట్టి పంపించాలి. ఆ ప్రాసెస్ లో ఏదైతే క్లాస్ జరుగుతుందో ఆ వీడియోస్ ఇస్తే అయిపోతుంది. నా క్లాస్ అయితే మీకు కంప్లీట్ లైవ్ రికార్డెడ్ వీడియోస్. క్లాస్ జరిగింది కదా, ఇదే వీడియో వస్తుంది మీకు. వాళ్ళకి కూడా మ్యాక్స్, కానీ కొంతమందివి మేబీ వాళ్ళ వీడియోస్ ఇస్తారు. ఎందుకంటే ఇప్పుడు నాది ఆన్లైన్ ఆఫ్లైన్ ఉంది, కొంతమందికి ఆఫ్లైన్ లేకుండా ఉండొచ్చు, రెండు లేకుండా. వాళ్ళు వీడియోస్ వాళ్ళ దగ్గర ఉన్నవి ఇస్తారు, అవి సేమ్ కంటెంటే ఉంటుంది మ్యాక్స్. అది అట్లా ప్లాన్ చేసుకోండి. రైట్, నో ఇష్యూస్ అండి. కాదు కోర్ జాబ్ తీసుకుంది ఒకసారి ఆలోచించండి, సిచ్యువేషన్ అయితే ఇది. కానీ నేనే ఫోర్స్ చేయట్లేదు, మీ ఇష్టం, యాజ్ పర్ యువర్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ చూసుకోండి. అది మీ కన్స్టెంట్స్ మీకు ఉంటాయి కదా, దాన్ని బట్టి తీసుకోండి. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ. యా, ఇవి అంటే ఇక్కడ ఇప్పుడు ఈ ప్రైవేట్ లింక్ రానంత వరకు ఓకేనండి. వన్స్ ప్రైవేట్ లింక్ అయిందంటే నా చేతులు కూడా ఉండదు అది. అంటే ఇప్పుడు ప్రజెంట్ అయితే డెమో క్లాసులు నడుస్తున్నాయి, మేబీ ఒక 20 days వరకు ఓపెన్ లింక్సే ఉండొచ్చు. సరిపోదు, తీసుకోండి, పర్లేదు, డెమో లింక్సే ఉన్నాయి. శివ అని ఉంటాడు, అబ్బాయితో సార్ మాట్లాడండి, నాకు కాల్ చేస్తాను, అది వెళ్తే నేను చెప్తాను. సార్ మీ పేరేం పేరు? మదన్. సరేలేండి, ఒకసారి శివ. వీడియోస్ కూడా ఇస్తా, ఈవెన్ మీరు ఒకవేళ క్లాస్ లేకపోయినా వీడియోస్ 1 hour లో వచ్చేస్తాయి మీకు. సరే అది స్టార్టింగ్ లో కాబట్టి ప్రాబ్లం లేదు. ప్రైవేట్ లింక్ అయితే నా చేతిలో ఉండదు. రైట్ చూసుకోండి. ఏంటండి? అవునవును. ఓకే, గ్యాప్ పెట్టేసి ఉంటారు, రండి, పర్లేదు, నా క్లాస్ వరకు మీరు రావచ్చు అండి, పర్లేదు, నేను ఇస్తాను. కాదు మీకు వీడియోస్ కూడా ఇస్తున్నారు కదా, అంటే అంత అవసరం రాకపోవచ్చు. ఎన్ని రోజులు అయితే మీకు గ్యాప్ ఉన్నది వీడియో చెక్ చేసుకుని మళ్ళీ నెక్స్ట్ కంటిన్యూషన్ క్లాస్కి వచ్చేసింది, ఇదే క్లాస్కి అయిపోద్ది, ఏముందని రావచ్చు. ఆల్వేస్ మీ దగ్గర నా క్లాస్ ఏమి నా దగ్గర రావచ్చు, మీకు ఇబ్బంది ఏం లేదు. వీడియోస్ క్లాస్ నోట్స్ చూడండి. ఏంటిది లింక్ ఇట్లా కొడితే ఎట్లా వస్తుందా? బ్రౌజర్లో కొట్టు, గూగుల్లో కొట్టేసిన అడ్రస్లో కొట్టు. So that we take that programs, we get the time as we are referring. Yeah, Vamshi. Yeah, important interview is definitely part of the course you are able to get, sir. Don't worry. Can you post the videos for previous batch for us? full stack in website. Vamshi, then we are planning for it, but I will give separate access for every student, those who are registered for this course. Don't worry. Yeah, I'm planning for it, but let me take the decision now. It is in discussion actually. Within 1 or 2 days of time, we will finalize it, and we will, if it is a case, if you want to give that for everybody, we will send as an access for everybody. Okay, previous batch videos, we will send it, then we can move forward in our own way if you want to go for it. Okay, but don't worry, then within 1 or 2 days of time, we will take the decision. And Max probably will provide that videos. I'm thinking about it. Okay, right. Thank you, Vamshi. రావట్లేదా వచ్చిందా Alright guys, then thanks a lot. We'll meet on tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll see the content. It's okay, fine.